Assalamu alaikum, it's your boy Mo Life, Mo Trims, Mo the Fella, back at it again with another video, another haircut tutorial and that. So, as always, let's not waste any time and let's get straight into this. And you guys can hear something in the background, kind of like a whooshing sound. It's my fan, it's roasted in here, it's summer out here, temperatures are going through the roof right now, so I'm gonna keep this fan on and yeah, keep myself cool in that. But anyway, enough about my fan, let's get straight into this. So I started off by just combing the hair down, putting it in place, and then using the clips to separate the because his hair here is like pretty long, as you guys can see, so the hair on top kind of covers the sides a bit. So basically I just like sectioned the top from the sides so I can see what I can see what I'm working with on the sides. And then once I separated the top from the sides, I put on a number 3 guard, number 3 with the lever closed, and I basically brought the sides down to a length that will be suitable for the clippers to work with, as you guys can see here. And I'm using my comb here to bring the hair into the clippers there. And yeah, just bringing the sides down, because you don't want to like you don't want to go straight into that with the zero blade or the no blade, because there'll just be a lot of hair getting into your clippers and it's not ideal. So you want to bring that down to a length that is suitable for your clippers, and yeah, then you put in your bald line from there. And the next step of this haircut, or should I say the first step, whatever you guys want to call it, is obviously making that bald line, as you guys have seen in many of my tutorials, and just go all around until you've completed the whole guideline. Then after that, you want to take your number 1 lever open and go out about I don't know what the measurements are, but you want to go high. You want to go up high on this. So maybe, if I had to guess, maybe an inch or an inch and a half. But the point is, you have to go up pretty high, like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to make a nice fat guideline here, you get me? And yeah, all the work will be done from that point onwards. So number 1, lever open and go up about an inch to an inch and a half. Using the foil shavers now to bring the sides down as close to the skin as possible. On the back I use both blades, and on the sides I use one blade. I turn it around and just roll it up and down until I feel like all that hair is completely gone. Obviously this will make the haircut look cleaner, and will make the fade last maybe an extra day or 2. So yeah. Then next step here, you want to take your number 1 guard again, but this time closed, and you want to go up halfway on that guideline using the corner of the blade, and just doing like vertical kind of strokes, if you know what I mean, starting from the bottom of the guideline and going up about halfway. So just kind of stroking it along. Basically what you're trying to do here in English is you're trying to soften this guideline, make it as soft as possible, so that when you come to this step right here, which is the next step, the no blade open, you come up to the line and then you flick, or maybe just like a centimeter above the line, and then flick. And if you guys look closely, it's pretty much starting to fade. As you guys can see, like once you guys get to this step right here, the fade really starts to show, and it really starts to come together. So once you guys are finished with this step, the next step is detailing, which I'll show you guys right here, I think. No, this step right here is it's clipper over comb. Basically I'm trying to bring the sides down here to a length which I can work with. As you guys can see that there's a lot of hair there, there's a lot of bulk there, so I'm trying to bring it down to a length that is suitable for me to work with, and a length that I can start fading. This might take a while, so if you guys are kind of short on time and want to do this a bit quicker, in this case you could use maybe a number 3 guard, or even a number 4, maybe a number 5 guard, something like that. Actually not a number 4 guard, but yeah. And here I'm starting basically to detail, and right where you made that what's it called, that number 1 guideline, number 1 close guideline, you start there and go with the half guard closed, and you start with it closed, and as you go up and basically get to the top of that guideline, you guys gradually open the lever until it's pretty much all the way open once you get to the top of that guideline. And you want to look for dark areas and try and soften them out as much as possible and make it all just blend smoothly into one another. And then here blending that bulk into the fade using the 1.5 guard, starting where the bulk is with the 1.5 guard closed, and as I go up, gradually open until the lever is pretty much all the way open. And now I'm just gonna use scissor over comb here just to get a finer, more detailed fade and a more detailed finish after I've done the detailed work with the half guard. And now here I'm just going to start cutting the top. I start to wet the hair just to make it easier to work with, and you basically want to wet it up until the hair is straight enough to cut, basically until it's easy to cut. Here I didn't wet it enough, so after I cut it maybe once or twice, I had to go back and wet it again because it just wasn't wet enough. And yeah, once it was wet enough, I started going back at it again and cutting all until it was pretty much all even with each other. So as you guys can see here, as I already said, like, I go back and wet the hair again, and now it'll be a lot easier to work with. It'll be a lot easier to cut. And this client only wanted about 1 centimeter to 1 inch off the top, so I was working with that. I'm basically starting my way from the front, going all the way to the back, making sure everything was even, and yeah, only taking 1 inch, about 1 inch off the top. And to be honest, with this kind of haircut, I wasn't planning on taking much off the top anyway, because it would have kind of ruined the look. So yeah, we both agreed that taking 1 inch off the top was more than suitable for this haircut right here. The technique that I'm using here to cut the hair on top, I might show you guys in another tutorial. Basically this is like the method that I use, and many other barbers use when they're not using the guard to cut the hair, or when it's a lot longer than what the length that the guards offer. So if I was to go at this with the number 8 guard or whatnot, it would be a lot shorter than what we're seeing right now. So this is a method that I use to cut the hair, and it's basically all just kind of estimations and observation as well. Like, you really need to be able to see whether the hair is even, whether one side is like higher than the other or lower, and just like kind of even everything out, you know what I mean? So I'll show you guys this technique in another tutorial, and I'll walk you guys through it step by step. Okay, so now that we're done with the hair on top, we're gonna start styling his hair and blow drying it. Obviously the hair was wet, so you want to dry it, but you obviously want to style it in the position that it was in before the guy came in. Now I put the brush down because for this hairstyle the brush just was not suitable. Like, this guy had a messy sort of look before he came into me, and I wanted to get that exact look for him. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to use my fingers for this one instead. And I started moving my fingers in different directions until I got the desired look that I'm looking for. As you guys can see right here, it kind of goes upwards as well, but like in a sort of messy direction, you know. It's going like pretty much everywhere. And yeah, I was basically just moving my fingers along until we got the desired look here. You want to use hot air at first, and then after that you want to freeze the hair into position using the cold setting, which is the cold air. And this right here is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I put a design on this haircut, I made a little drawing. I'll show you guys how to do that in another video, but until next time, subscribe, like and share. Peace out.